Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me and spending your very valuable time with me. Today, as you guys could see, we have a statue. This time is Sonic the Hedgehog. This is the 30th anniversary definitive edition. This comes via First Four Figures. I believe this retails for around $570. I did purchase this directly from First Four Figures, and it arrived. Today is Thursday, the 19th here in the US. It actually just got this here yesterday, and I haven't seen it yet. So you'll be seeing this for the first time along with me. Again, huge Sonic fan, huge Sega fan. So just had to get a copy of the statue. Again, this is based on the 30th anniversary, so I think it's a more modern interpretation of the character there. The box is really nice, some really cool artwork there that you could see on the front. There's also some nice artwork right here on the side. Again, showing the product, the 30th anniversary logo there. Right here on the side is pretty much a bit of a brief on the product itself, what it includes. This is, again, the definitive edition. So these are numbered. So my understanding, at least according to the box, that this is number 604 out of 1,000 that are produced. So if that's something folks are interested in. And right here on the side is just more artwork of the statue again, which looks really awesome. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and get this at least out of the box and see what all is included. Okay, so to give you guys a better idea of how this comes packaged, I decided to show all what comes in the styrofoam containers. You get two of them, two styrofoam containers on top of the other. Everything was very well packaged. Even the outer carton, there's technically two outer cardboard boxes that this comes in addition to the box itself. And it had some nice foam on the corners to protect the box itself. So it was really nicely packaged, so great job there. As you guys could see, this all comes in a bunch of different pieces. You have the 30th anniversary base, which has a mirror shine to it. I've yet to take it out, so you're seeing this with me the first time. You get over here the body itself, which is all one piece except for obviously the head, and he also does have switch out hands. He has this hand here, for example, which is the I guess peace sign type of thing, and he's got the fist that you could do a bit of a switch out there. The ring here, which looks awesome. You know, I'll get into more detail once I get that out. Here's over here on the right, the head itself, which no issues with mine so far. At least that I see. I'm just taking this out, so it probably still has some styrofoam. I need to dust this. But no complaints so far. I think this head looks awesome. You can see the slot for it. And this is, again, more of a modern interpretation of Sonic rather than the 25th anniversary version, which was more based, I guess, on the Sega Genesis, I guess, type of era. But that's a head. And then, again, this statue is lit, so you get a battery. If you don't want to run this with an outlet, you can choose to use a battery. I know usually these need to be charged before you use them, and you do get a over here on the right a USB cable that they provide, which is nice. You know, if you want to plug this into the wall, they give you that option. Anyway, so let me go ahead and put this together, set this up, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, guys, so we're going to attempt to do this on camera. We'll see how it goes. If not, you guys will see the finished product. But the ring structure is really cool, actually. You guys could see it there. It's got a whole bunch of different scenes from the different Sonic games. Right? You got Sega Genesis games. You got Sonic Adventure, which I'm assuming is from the Dreamcast days. So it's really cool to have all the different games sort of list, sort of picture there. This statue has a light up, so you see these ports here are going to go into a slot on the base here. So we're going to attempt to do that right now. And it looks like it went in with no problem. So that's what it looks like currently without Sonic in there. And again, you can see the base has a mirror shine to it. Actually, it's a mirror essentially. I don't believe it's glass. It's just very polished and very reflective. But it's looking cool so far. So let me get the rest of the pieces and we'll keep going from there. Okay, so the body itself is gonna go in two places. And again, because this is a lighted figure, it looks like there is a metal contact on this foot and then another metal pole and contact here. And as far as the body itself, I have no issues with it. I guess the only thing is he's so skinny and spindly. I'm kind of wondering how this will hold up over time, but we'll see. But otherwise, it looks kind of cool. Again, this peg here goes into the ring, and then there's also, as I mentioned, this section here, which would go into this little slot here. So I'm going to put that on, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, so here we are back. As you guys could see, the statue is fully put together, looking awesome. But before we get into the details and I guess my overall feelings on this piece, I do want to get the bad parts out of the way. With this guy, you do get some switch outs as far as the hands. As you can see, he's got the closed up fist hand right there on his left hand. And then you get this sort of three-finger salute here hand that he's got. Now, I do believe here these hands are magnetized, but both of them don't fit in really well into the slot, into the arm. I don't know if there's perhaps some extra material here that needs to be shaved off slightly. I do believe there is a bit of a magnet, but it doesn't confidently hold in place really well. And I'll bring you in a little closer so you guys could see what I'm referring to here. But essentially the hand here, as you guys could tell, is just sitting there very loose, which is very disappointing. Also, the keys here don't seem to match up too close. And for example, when you go to put this hand in very carefully, you do feel the magnet sort of grabbing it, but it's kind of just sitting there. It's very wobbly, and you kind of have to apply just a bit of force to get it in there, but still it's kind of just sitting there. So this hand's kind of very wobbly there. So that's very disappointing. I'm kind of afraid, even though it is held by a magnet, that, you know, it'll fall off. So again, the way those hands fit kind of concern me. And then this one, I think it's a little worse than the other hand is. It's kind of just loose in there. Again, it does feel like there's a magnet in there. So once you get it in, it sits there with no problem. And granted, you're not going to be moving the statue around from place to place. But it's just, again, it just kind of sits there. And that's, I'm going to have to knock it for that. I think that's a big issue there with the hand. The other huge thing, and this is something that I'm probably going to need to contact First4 Figures about, is the left leg here. And I'll take you, I'm actually going to take the camera off here and show you where I'm having a bit of an issue there. But essentially, the statue goes attached into places. It goes attached here to the ring, and then it goes attached here to the 30th anniversary logo. I put this in very, very carefully, and it's very hard to see here, but I noticed as I was looking at the statue closer, I don't know if you could see it there, but there is a bit of a hairline crack developing there on the leg. Now, as I said, I put this in very carefully, but if you run your finger through it, you could see it, and it's almost like one of those things that I'm afraid that over time it's just going to split and then I'll have a broken statue. Granted, I'm assuming there is a metal rod in there somewhere. So, but again, it's just, I'm gonna have to reach out to First Four Figures just to see what they can do for me. It's a bit hard to see in this light, but in person, you can kind of see, you can see the line there. Actually, you can see it clearly now, a bit better. You can see where the leg's splitting. And again, and I don't know if it's the design of the statue where, you know, the leg has to be connected here and also there. That's maybe applying a bit of pressure there, but that's disappointing. Other than that, you know, again, the statue itself does look great. It looks awesome, actually. You have the mirror finish on the base, which looks really cool. The Sonic statue, once you have it put together, looks awesome. Again, this is a more modern representation of the character. The 30th anniversary logo looks awesome there. The ring itself, as I showed you, is great that they have all the different games represented in there. The gold's done really well, the gold finish on the ring. And I love these little star effects that they've added, or the shining effects on the rings itself. The base right here on the front, I'm assuming this is the first level, or at least to represent the that level from Sonic, which I forget the name right now. And then around the base, they have, again, different levels, different sides represent different levels of the different games. So I think this one right here is Green Hill Zone. As you go around to the other side here, I think this is Chemical, the Chemical Zone, I believe, too, if I'm remembering correctly. And then the back here, the back of the ring is just plain black on the back. Here you'll see, as I said, on the base, you can use the battery that came with it, but also they have a USB Type-C connector, which is rather interesting. And as I mentioned earlier in the unboxing, they do give you a cable, which you can plug in. I actually have this plugged into a little Samsung battery power thingy. And there's a button here to turn the light modes. There's two different light modes that I'll show you in a second now that it's plugged in. But here's the back of the statue again, continuing with the mirror finish. The statue overall looks really, really nice. I'll take you for a bit of a 360 there on the statue. There's a ring. And let me get out of the way here. But bittersweet here for me, because I was so looking forward to this statue, and it's really a shame that you know, the leg looks like it's cracking and those hands don't really fit in really well. Those for me are major concerns for a statue that's close to $600, and then not even thinking about shipping, etc. So it's lacking in the execution. From a presentation standpoint, looks awesome. I think First Four Figures, the one thing that they're great at as well is their light up. So I will show that right now if I can get back here and press the button once. And they have this mode where essentially the background is all lit up there, you know, where all the different games are at. The stars light up as well. So you can see that there. And then the other mode is you press the button again one more time, and the stars start sort of flashing in different patterns. And again, you know, I don't have a lot of statues. The ones that I do have that have light ups do a great job. I think this is, again, really, really cool. I think by First Four Figures, I think is great that they're able to sort of put this sort of display together, the statue for fans. So that looks really cool. And then if you press it one more time, it sort of shuts off. So there you go. That's the statue itself. There's a 30th anniversary logo. There's Sonic, looking really cool. There's a ring. Overall, I do like the statue. I think if you can get one without issues, I would definitely recommend it. Okay, so I decided to shut off the lights in the room, not the cases. So to give you a better look at the light ups here. So again, here's the first mode with the just a sort of solid light up on the ring there, and the sparkle effects. I'm gonna shut off the lights in the cases so you guys could get a better idea of what I guess this would look like in the dark. Again, looks really nice in the dark. I kind of wish maybe they would have somehow found a way to add some light up effect on the left, so Sonic itself would be well lit from both sides. But again, I'm not sure how they could have done that. Maybe on the logo itself. And then that's the second mode with the shining stars, pretty much, or the shining effect there fully on. I think that looks completely awesome. Let's turn the lights back on. Alrighty, so you know what? In closing, for 570, I think if you can get a copy of these without any issue, like I've had, I think it's definitely recommended. You do have to be a pretty big fan of Sega and Sonic to justify paying that much for a Sonic statue. I think the presentation itself is great. I think what they went with the base being the different levels, the mirror finish, the logo looks awesome. I think the pose for Sonic himself looks great. The ring, they knocked it out of the park with the different stages. The shining effects, the fact that it lights up, you guys could see it there, looks really great. For me, though, specifically, obviously, I have issues with it because, again, these hands don't fit in really well. I'm not too confident that the hand will hold in place when you take them out and sort of put them in. So I think that's something that you should definitely be on the lookout for. And then, of course, unfortunately for me, I am going to need to contact First Four Figures because there is, as I said, a crack developing on this leg here on the back. And again, I'm not sure if it's perhaps from the design where there's added pressure in between the legs there. So that's rather unfortunate. But anyway, a bit disappointed there. I think the presentation of the statue is great. I think as far as the execution, that's where it may be a bit lacking, just because of the issues with the hands and then, of course, the crack on the leg on my end. But yeah, overall, just want to bring you this video in case there's anyone out there that's interested in this figure. Again, I did get this directly from First Four Figures. I believe it's still available on their site for around 570, and then you obviously have to figure in shipping and taxes. So there's that. So that was it. Thank you so much, guys. If you made it to the end, let me know if you have any additional questions, comments. Do you have this piece? Did you run into the same issues as me? It would be great to know. But otherwise, again, enjoy the rest of your day. Be nice to each other. Take care of each other. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.